Let's work some more with formulas today. Today, the first objective will be to solve a formula for a variable. Whenever you do this, this is called solving a literal equation. So when you hear that phrase, literal equation, that just means you're working with a formula. Okay, we will be given a formula such as A equals LW, and you will be asked to solve for something. For instance, on this first one, let's go ahead and solve for the letter W. We will take the formula and we will try to get the W by itself, isolate the W. So I can divide the L out just like it's a coefficient. So W is equal to the A over the L. So the answer would be as such. Now, if you're using a computer-generated homework, such as MyLabs, you'll always need to be sure that if it's a capital A, you type capital A. If it's lowercase l, type lowercase l. Now, this second example over to the right is the good old perimeter formula that we've used before, and we want to solve it for W. So I will take P equals 2L plus 2W and isolate the W. I will move over the 2L, and that means I'll change the sign. Notice these are not like terms, so I can't really do the subtraction. And then to get the W by itself, I will simply divide by 2 on both sides. Now when you write this out though, make sure it is P minus 2L in the numerator, and all of that is divided by the 2. That would be your final answer. So when you solve a formula for a variable, you just simply get another formula. Now, a second formula that's very helpful, and you'll see it a lot in upper level mathematics, is the circle. The circle formula is given as x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. Now the r represents the radius of the circle, and the h and the k represent the coordinates of the center of the circle. So here are two examples. First, we're asked to write the standard form of the equation of a circle with the center and this radius. Well, the center would be the h and the k, and the radius is the r. So you will take that formula, x minus, I'm just going to leave a blank there for the h, y minus, I'll leave a blank there for the k, and then I'll leave a blank for the r. And I will substitute in the numbers that I'm given. The first one is a 0 for the h. Now x minus 0 is just x, so I could call that x squared. Then the k is a negative 6. Notice what's going to happen here when I subtract a negative. That will become positive. So I would write that as y plus 6 squared. You don't need to work that part out any further. Then I have the 10 as my radius, but you would need to simplify that. 10 squared is 10 times 10, which is 100. So the complete and final answer is this entire equation. Sometimes you may be given the equation, like in this second example, and asked to find the center and radius. Remember, the center comes from these values. But because of the formula having subtraction signs in front of h and k, you will always need to change those signs. So when we write the hk answer for the center, I will have to use a negative 3, not positive 3, so it's the opposite, and I will have to use a positive 1, not the negative 1. So when you're going backwards like that, remember to change the sign. That would be my center. Then the radius comes from this number on the right side. Remember, that's the radius squared. So if the radius squared is 4, that means I need to take the square root of 4, which is 2. Now, to graph this, what I will do is go to my center, negative 3, positive 1, and I'm going to put a point right there. Then my radius is 2, so I will count out 1, 2 to the right, 1, 2 up, 1, 2 to the left, 1, 2 down. And that gives me 4 points to kind of sketch in my circle. And then I will sketch that circle in. Again, if you're using a computer software to do your homework, your circle is going to look a lot prettier than mine. Hope this helps you out.